Welcome back. My name's Ron, and today I'm going to talk about the options of buying or leasing a luxury vehicle. This video is in response to a request by a subscriber. As I always say, if you have a specific question you'd like a video on, go ahead and comment it down below, and I'll go ahead and get that made for you, as I'm doing right now. If you like the content I'm creating, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. So, first off, let's talk about the different options. You have leasing. You're hearing that a lot lately. Buying, that's just straight out cash. There's not a lot of people, that can just walk into a dealership and just throw money right down then and there and walk out with the car. Usually that isn't the case. And then there's financing, which, is where most people go. So, why is it that leasing has become so popular? The first off is it's advertised a lot, mainly because of the lower monthly payment. That's the big one. That's the catch hook for most people. It's like they look at the financing option and the monthly payment is higher than the leasing option. The leasing option gives you pretty crazy vehicles for what you consider way lower than you would normally pay. And this video is specifically about luxury cars, Mercedes, I guess a Lexus as well, stuff like that. So the reason you would want to go leasing over anything else is basically the monthly payment. So first off, when you get a vehicle, you have to understand that if it's a new vehicle, the second you drive that vehicle off the lot, you're losing 10% of the value off the back. Nothing actually changes between the 2 seconds it took from rolling from the lot to off the lot. It's just perceived value. So if that car was $30,000, you just lost $3,000 in value just by taking it home, just by driving it off the lot. That's just perceived value, but that's the number associated with it. So with financing, it's pretty cut and dry. You purchase the vehicle for whatever the agreed sales price is. You're financed by some kind of bank or institution for the entire price of the vehicle, and then you deal with the bank and institution from here on out. With buying straight out, well, you just go in there, slap money down, and you got the car, you drive away, it's all yours, no talking, no bank, no nothing, it's yours. Now, leasing, for instance, is you're pretty much renting that car. You have no value of any kind in that vehicle. None. Zero. When you think of the word leasing, you lease an apartment. You lease equipment. When you finance something, you're buying to own. You're paying to own. When you're leasing, you're renting that thing. And leasing has become popular because of the down payment. You see, leasing mostly is only reserved for those with really good credit because the dealers don't want to take the chance that you're going to mess it up. That's basically it. Also, leasing comes with a whole load of restrictions because you are renting their vehicles, more or less. They don't want you to put too many miles on it, so they'll give you a list of restrictions. You can only drive so many miles. They'll expect you to bring them in regularly to check them out. Remember, they still own these vehicles. You do not. So if you're leasing a vehicle, understand that low monthly payment comes with a price. The price is the freedom of your vehicle. They'll check your mileage. They'll check your condition of the vehicle. And believe me, you're going to be on the hook for anything that's out of line. Also, you can't use these things for rideshare type programs. If you're thinking about driving for Uber or Lyft, think again because they're watching. And almost in all respects, you're going to be getting gap insurance for these vehicles as well because they want to protect their investment. And their investment is basically you're renting their vehicle. They're going to sell the vehicle anyway, but more than likely, they're going to sell it to somebody else. And why I say that is because the way it usually works with leasing vehicles is that they're taking advantage of people's tendencies to want to trade up. So, they'll lease you the vehicle for a set amount of term, like maybe a year, 6 months, whatever, or 3 years, and they'll make you pay all sorts of prices. And then when you want, at the end of the term, they're like, okay, you want to trade up. Let's put you back on the leasing wheel. Let's keep you indebted to us permanently. Or you could say, no, I don't want to. And they're like, okay, here's the price of the vehicle now. Wait, didn't I just pay that? Well, no, you did not. Because leasing is renting. You put almost no equity into that vehicle during that time of leasing. Now they're gonna be like, okay, you paid this much, here are our fees and whatnot, and now here's what we want for the vehicle if you want to keep it. Yeah, that's right. So my suggestion is, if you are thinking about leasing, lease only for a specific reason. You are only renting these vehicles, you are not buying them. So if you want a luxury vehicle or you want any vehicle for lease, make sure it's for a specific reason. You only need it for some time, and it just makes more economical sense to lease it for a specific time period rather than, buy it outright and have it permanently. So consider all your options. And if leasing doesn't sound right for you, go get a used vehicle. Honestly, that's what you should do, because new vehicles are just ridiculously expensive. You lose 10% of the value like in 2 seconds driving off the lot. What's the point of this? You're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars by just having a vehicle with, maybe 500 miles on it, 3,000 miles on it. These are nothing compared to what a vehicle can take, but it's going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So understand all your options before you make the choice, and understand why leasing is not the same as purchasing. It's not. If you look at the paperwork, if you look at the spread out of the numbers, you will pay several times more in the long run for that leased vehicle than you will for a financed vehicle, because you're just renting it. You're making almost no equity of any kind in your favor when you're leasing a vehicle. So keep that in mind. If you still want it after that, then you've read the fine print and you're still willing to take the leap, go for it. But if you're not willing to do it after being well informed, then don't. Do what's in your best interest always. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.